Hi, Caroline Starr Rose here, and I'm going to tell you about another one of my stories. This one, a historical verse novel called Bluebirds. And Bluebirds is one of my books that happens to have started with a true piece of history. Bluebirds is about the 1857 Lost Colony of Roanoke. Those of you who have been through fifth grade social studies have probably heard about Roanoke in your textbook. In 1587, 117 men, women, and children were sent from England to a small island in what at the time was called Virginia and is now part of North Carolina. You can see the coast here. This would have been the land. Here's the small island of Roanoke, and here's the island in a bigger map. But these 117 people were sent to start the first English colony in the New World. Now, you might remember Jamestown, 1607. Does that ring a bell? That was England's first successful English colony. Unfortunately, 20 years before, Roanoke was not successful because after 5 weeks on the island, the people there were in dire straits. They asked their governor, John White, to sail back to England, bring more supplies, bring more people. They desperately needed help. And when he finally was able to return, it took him 3 years to secure a ship to make it back to the New World. When he came back, nobody was found. The only thing left behind was a message carved on a tree that said Croatoan, which happened to be a nearby island. John White was desperate to find his friends, the people that had been with him, the colonists. And so he thought, okay, they say they're at the island of Croatoan. I need to sail there. Just as he was preparing to sail to the island, however, a hurricane blew through and his boat was pushed out to sea. And John White and those on his boat had no option but to sail back to England. So as far as what happened to the people on the island of Roanoke, those 117 people, to this day we don't know. There are still, just in the news, every few years or so you'll find a discovery, perhaps a ring that has been excavated by archaeologists, or most recently in the news there has been a mysterious X on a map that was covered up. And so this is a mystery that is not yet solved. There are a lot of things we still don't know. And for me, it was really fun to think about what might have happened. And furthermore, to create 2 characters, Alice from England, Kimi from the island of Roanoke, and make them secret best friends. These girls are meant to be enemies. Their people do not like one another in any way, and yet they become best friends.